How productive was the session yesterday, Doug?
It was good. It was good. You know, film never lies. It didn't. I thought our guys were great, though. They saw what we could have done and what we didn't do. And again, like I said, I'm sure New York saw the same thing. So I expect them to have a great game tomorrow, and I expect us to play a lot better as well.
How do you look at Jeffrey first half, second half? Obviously, it was part of the bigger issue.
Mm-hmm.
But what he did in the first, did that open your eyes even further to what he can?
Not really. I mean, I know he can do that. And, it's tough to do that 2 halves. That's 2 halves, 50-point game, 40-point, So you don't expect him to be that great both halves, but you expect the whole team to be more consistent in both halves.
Do you have trouble, do you think, handling the minutes in the second half?
No, I thought it was more the way we played, honestly. I don't like as many minutes as he played, but it was more our spacing and how we played. That affected him. If we had played that way in the first half, he'd have struggled in the first half.
Jack, are you pleased with the overall effort of the game?
Yeah, I'm always pleased with that. I mean, we played hard, and so did they. But we have to play better. It's like I told our guys, hard is great, but hard and smart is more important. Yeah. I mean, we made a lot of hard plays. Even Courtney saves the ball inbounds. He was hustling. Yeah. So you give him an A for effort, and then the rest of the part is where you have to be smarter as a group. And I thought we did a lot of that in the game the other night.
You told us yesterday that you wish you'd played Jordan a little bit more than you did. What are you looking for when he's on the floor for you?
Just to be solid, not to turn the ball over and just be an aggressive scorer. Give us good defensive minutes, and I think he's capable of doing that.
As far as the scoring, though, for a guy, this was his very first playoff game. Were there any?
I thought he was good. I thought, he didn't do any. He didn't. He stayed in his lane. Let's put it that way. He didn't go outside of it. And usually, guys in their first game or young guys do one or the other. They don't do anything. And I thought he did far better than that, or they tried to do too much. I thought he was pretty much under control emotionally.
You had said yesterday that in addition to other guys not necessarily getting Kevin the ball where they should have, you said there were things he could have done.
Yeah.
What specifically?
Well, we could have just got him. He could have got himself in better spots. And, that's, again, on us, too. So it's never one thing. It's both.
It's a spacing thing. It's not
Yeah.
his own thing.
Chandler is not quite 100%, and they don't have an interior kind of enforcer. Does Kevin have to maybe create better, closer shots? Or
well, we have to create them for him. Kevin can't dribble and pass to himself.
Yeah.
So we have to create that for him. But, listen, they're still very good defensively. Yeah. They trap, they get down there. So even if you get them too deep, they're still coming.
Doc, you said yesterday you might mix in a big or two. Have you come to a decision on whether or not?
Yeah, I mean, the game will dictate it. They stay small most of the game, so you don't have to do that. I just want to make sure everybody's fresh. And so we may do it more in the first half and let the game dictate it.
You went with Courtney Lee, Jordan Crawford, and Jason Terry backcourt. And in 6 minutes, it was negative 15. Is that something you'll go to again, or is that something you'll...
Well, it's a great example. Like, I saw the same thing you saw, but if you watch the film, I think Courtney missed 2 wide-open threes, Jet missed 1 wide-open threes, and we missed 2 layups in that same stretch. That's where you got to be real careful with numbers, Would you take those same shots again? If I can get those exact same shots again, we could have been a plus 15. Yeah. You know what I mean? So the answer is, if I think it's the right one, yeah. If my eyes and the film had told me differently, then no. But they miss wide open shots. And, that group, when they're on the floor, they have to produce offensively. They're not going to ever be a great defensive group, and they didn't do that, and it hurt us.
Anything you're saying in particular to the guys coming off the bench, up their production?
No, well, I hurt the bench more than the bench hurt himself. I didn't play them a lot, and they wasn't productive in that one stretch either. So just be aggressive, be who they are. You're going to shorten your bench a little bit, and even if you don't shorten your bench, you're going to shorten the minutes of the bench. I mean, that's just the way the playoffs go. I still would rather play Kevin, Paul, Jeff, and those guys, and they're going to play. The question is, what minutes is too much for those guys, and that's where we're always trying to figure that out.
Well, he said he would